Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for March 2019. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading for Capricorn Sun, Moon and Rising signs, so it may or may not resonate for you given it is general. So I do a 5-card spread every month, and the cards that came out for you guys you can see there. So the first card representing past energy, past influences that may be weaving their way in this month. The 4 of Wands card came out for you guys, representing current issues, current situation. The 10 of Swords card, possible obstacles that may present themselves for you guys this month. The 7 of Wands, possible helpful tools this month. The Ace of Wands, and the outcome card for March for Capricorns is the 4 of Swords card. And that final card there that I have sort of lying down on the table represents the overall theme for the month, and that's from a different deck of cards, and I'll be reading about that card at the end of the tarot reading. And that card that came out for you guys is called Spider, which represents connections. So what do they all mean? Let's go through them one by one and see if we can make meaning of them all. So starting with the past and some past energy, you guys have the 4 of Wands card, which is a really beautiful card of harmony, of happiness, of celebration after hard work. It can represent marriage, home and community, love, real stability in house and home. There may have been a change of jobs or progress being made towards a goal, and now there's this kind of moving into this place of joy and happiness around that. Possibly some sort of important event occurred in work or relationships. There's been some growth, some additions to your life, and now there's sort of easier, happier times, or there were, kind of thing, and some problems were on their way out. There's been a sort of I think an event that caused some great happiness after a bit of a rite of passage, and there's been some joy and some celebration around that, and the next step and start in your life as a result of completing that journey or that rite of passage. And typically though it is associated with sort of marriage and family and home coming together and being quite stable and feeling quite happy and centered and secure in that and celebrating what has happened. Moving into the present month, you have a very different card, different energy, and that is the 10 of Swords. I just want to note too, before I go into it, that you can see of the 5 cards there, you have 3 Wands and 2 Swords. Interesting. Wands are about passions, creativity, matters of the soul, you know, our life force, motivations, fast energy, inspirational, but very much I think about creativity and things we're very passionate about. And then you've got the Swords cards there, which are more about thinking, communication, words, beliefs, ideas and matters of the mind. So there's kind of this interesting duality there, I would say. So 10 of Swords in the current position. This is a card about feeling stabbed in the back, of almost absolute defeat, of kind of being killed in some way, or some idea, maybe some hope that you had is gone. There's been a sense of betrayal. This is a card of endings, of loss. It's a 10, so it's the end of something. Plus you've got there's the 10 of Swords, really representing a crisis and feeling hurt and stabbed and being in a state of grief and pain and suffering now, and the challenge and the lessons to learn in that. So this is a tricky card and a very tricky place to be in your life. However, given that this is a 10, it's the end of a cycle. That means something new is coming. A new dawn is coming in after one goes through the processing that you have to go through when you've felt very betrayed, very hurt, stabbed in the dark. Something has been a great affliction to us, and you're feeling completely down for the count, very desolate kind of place to be potentially, and you may feel quite destroyed and at rock bottom. And if you are feeling that way, the only way you can go is up from here. So hold on to hope and have some faith that the end of something has come or is coming, and it looks like a bit of a tough ending. You may feel quite hurt, disillusioned. It may feel like a crisis is happening to you or in your life, but it's through crisis that we can start something new in ourselves and in our lives. Just be mindful that it may not be as bad as you think. 10 swords in the back of somebody is a bit of overkill. You know, only one sword is going to is going to kill someone. So what that's meaning is that be careful that your head isn't going completely nuts about what has happened right now, and you're actually making the situation worse for yourself. You're only tormenting and hurting yourself more. It looks like something has happened, but then we can often make that far worse for ourselves when we overanalyze things and really ruminate and stay very stuck in our heads about something that has happened. I'm wondering if it is related to, you know, you had some joyous event happen in the past there with the Four of Wands, and there's been now a betrayal of some sort, connected or related to the person or the event or the situation that actually in the past caused great happiness and celebration, and you had a sense of stability, and now something's happened. It's like the rug's been pulled out from under you, and boy do you feel blindsided by that and very hurt and devastated. What may show up as an obstacle this month, not like you need any more, with the Ten of Swords card. You guys have the Seven of Wands card. Interesting energy next to the Ten of Swords. The Seven of Wands is a card of a bit of conflict, feeling that people are not out to get you, but just have very different views to you. But you're standing strong in your position. This is what the card typically means. You are rising above that, above this competition and this challenge. You're feeling a bit under attack from people, from your enemies, but you're defending yourself. But there's a real struggle, and a struggle in holding your personal integrity against what other people may be saying or doing. So you may be feeling very much put to the test, and your belief systems put to the test here, and people having a very different opinion on things, but you are very much fighting for what you believe in. As an obstacle then, I'd be wary of not going too far with that and causing more conflict than there needs to be. Everyone has a right to a different opinion, and of course people are going to have different opinions. People will be judgmental, people assume many things. You are the expert in your own life. So if you firmly believe in something, whether that's a situation you're in, a choice that you've made, you're in that position of advantage because it's your life after all. So be careful of not tumbling into too much arguing, getting dragged down by other people's beliefs or opinions, by being swayed by them too much. It's fine to listen to what other people have to say, to appreciate their input and to get that objective viewpoint, but don't let that sway you too much. Look at the bigger picture, weigh up the pros and cons. Find some sort of creative solutions to your goal, or to what has happened. You know, this is a card sometimes about unforeseen hurdles coming in, and I think you've had some because the Ten of Swords card suggests that. And there may be people around you that are wanting to help you. It's up to you whether you take that help, if you see that help as constructive or it's going to drag you down. Okay, so just be really mindful of that. Moving into the position of what may be helpful this month, you have the Ace of Wands cards. So boom, beautiful, fantastic card of new things. The Ace of Wands, like I said, the wands are about creativity and our passions, and our real joys in life. This card, the Ace, is like a a gift from God, a gift from the universe of something brand new and joyous in our lives, and a sense of going on a quest with a new life purpose or a new passion, and suddenly being really invigorated by that and having lots of vitality, feeling very creative, full of energy, and sort of a primal almost energy about it with this card. Whatever that is, this looks like something new is coming in and being offered to you. That seemingly comes out of the blue, hence it sort of being a gift from the universe. It's an opportunity to change things up, to break an old routine, to look at things in a new way, perhaps, to activate something very fiery and passionate within you that may challenge you, but really bring forth lots of optimism and enthusiasm in you. Grab this, I think, especially in a position of what's a helpful tool. If something new and sudden presents itself and you're like, whoa, what's that? Like, holy crackers. It may seem a little overwhelming because you're like, wow, I so did not see this coming. Really consider it though. Consider it as a possibility for you. And I think hold on to that if you have these people with the Seven of Wands card questioning you and questioning what you're doing right now. With the Ace of Wands suggesting that something new and invigorating is coming in that really inspires you and brings in lots of fresh, vital energy that you feel excited about. Ride this wave, I think. Ride this wave. Moving into the outcome card for the month of March for Capricorns, you have the Four of Swords. This is a card of needing to rest and recuperate, of needing a break. It's a card about sort of peaceful times after war. And look, when we look at the Ten of Swords card and then the Seven of Wands card, and they're kind of heavy, exhausted energies there of really feeling battle weary. At some point in this month you are going to need some peace and solitude. You're going to need to recuperate, relax, retreat, contemplate things in your life. Contemplate something that may have been lost, especially in that Ten of Swords card, a feeling of loss or betrayal. Whenever that happens to us, we need time to process that. And sometimes taking ourselves away from life for a bit, and calming ourselves and going to that place of recuperation and renewal is going to be very important, certainly mentally. This is a Swords card, so this card can be about feeling quite mentally secure and organising your thoughts very well, but I think the best way to do that is through stillness and a calm place of meditation, contemplation, and being willing to sit with yourself and think things through, watch your thoughts, face your problems, take responsibility for yourself, and just take a little pause, which makes sense because it looks like March is going to be a bit tumultuous at times, but the outcome is that you're going to be at peace with things. I think essentially that's what the Four of Swords card is saying there. Okay, so now I'm going to read from this book, the Dreamtime Reading Cards, about that card called Spider, representing connections. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system. I just love these cards. I use them as more like oracle cards, just to tie everything together. I love the pictures, I love the words and the meaning behind all of these cards. I find they're just really make sense. So I'm just going to read now about spider and connections. Australia has no shortage of spiders. Some of the most venomous spiders in the world live in our backyards and gardens. Yeah, I've got a couple of redbacks in my shed actually. Two of the best known, oh there we go, are the redback spider and the notorious funnel web. Because such small creatures can inflict potentially fatal bites with such a huge impact, these little guys do not make many friends. All spiders can, however, teach you some very important lessons. The first being the ability to control your own destiny and understand the consequences of your actions. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me in light of your reading with the Ten of Swords. It's like being bitten by something that has had quite a significant impact on you. But then don't underestimate your ability to control your own destiny. To me, that's the Seven of Wands card there, and the Ace of Wands representing those energies. The spider is a great teacher of consequences. Its ability to weave webs represents the connections you weave in your own life. The spider works hard to weave its web in order to catch food, but once laid, it doesn't know exactly what will be attracted to the web. It has to trust in its ability to deal with what comes along. And it is because of this that the spider is associated with the ideas of karma, fate, and destiny. When a spider pays a visit, it is reminding you that every action has a reaction, and that there are invisible threads that link you to others and to events that happen in your life. It is time to take responsibility for your thoughts and actions. That reminds me of the Four of Swords card there, being responsible for your thoughts, and to make a concerted effort to understand the consequences of the decisions you are about to make. Very intriguing. To me, that does make a lot of sense with fitting with the tarot cards. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold, so I'm a little bit sniffy today. It just occurred to me too that we start the reading with the Four of Wands and we end the reading with a 4 as well. Four of Swords. Fours are about stability. If you think about 4 legs on a table, 4 legs on a chair, they're about consistency, a good foundation, a solid structure, and feeling very stable in that. Of course, sometimes we can get stagnant with that kind of energy as well. But there has been a sense of stability in the past. I think shit hits the fan a little bit in March. Then we end with an internal sense of stability and a quiet kind of place, and to looking at the structure of things in order to maintain a sense of control in our lives and over the next coming weeks, and thinking about those consequences and those connections like the spider card talked about there. Yeah. So on that note, Capricorn, I'm going to wrap this up and say thank you so much for watching and listening to this. I'm very grateful that you've given it your time. I hope it's been of some use in some way, shape or form. If you liked it, you know what to do, and hopefully I'll see you back in April. Bye.